Good morning and welcome to Essential Ingredients. I'm your host, Justine Reichman. With me today is Amber Benson. She is the co-founder of Ruvi. Welcome, Amber.
Hi, everybody.
In the meantime, Amber, if you would, could you introduce yourself, your position, and what you do?
Yes, Amber Benson. I am the co-founder of Ruvi. We do fruit and veggie smoothie drinks. We're trying to help more people get fruits and vegetables because it's so hard. So that's my passion. That's what I do. And yeah.
But why fruits and veggies? How did this, what inspired you to do this?
Fruits and veggies. So when back in the day, I was working with my current business partner, developing products for him. He owns one of the largest freeze dry companies, like a manufacturing company in the world. I was looking into fruits and vegetables and all of the research, and the huge problem that not enough people are getting them. 9 of 10 people don't get enough fruits and vegetables.
Wow.
And then reading about everything that fruits and vegetables do, we started kind of clashing our heads together and thinking, what can we do to help people get more fruits and vegetables?
Wow. And so when you were working with him previously, what had you been working on?
So yeah, we were developing different products. We were working on like a meal kit solution to help people make easier meals in the home. And along with that came fruits and vegetables. Freeze drying is so remarkable, and the way that it retains nutrients. And so a lot of the research I was doing was in this freeze drying space, and how freeze drying really retains better nutrients than grocery store produce. And we had this technology at our fingertips. We also noticed that after freeze drying anything like spinach or strawberries, that there's a little layer of powder that's left over in the freeze dryer, because it really just dries things out almost entirely. So we didn't want to just throw this powder away. We thought, what can we do with this powder? How can we use the nutritional gold that's in this freeze dryer to help people get easier fruits and veggies?
So would you say you're upcycling now?
Yes, that is our.
Was that an
Not all of
intentional?
our ingredients are upcycled, but we're getting to that place where yes, it's this great way to utilize food instead of just throwing it away, which is such a problem. But utilizing freeze dry as well in an upcycled way. Yes.
So when you first, decided to go into this, I'm curious, did upcycling or freeze dry, did one of them take the lead in your initiative? Were you more passionate about one versus the other? What was your overarching goal?
Yes, fruits and vegetables primarily, but it was this sort of perfect combination. So naturally, I'm really drawn to fruits and vegetables and the power there. Jason as well. It, free, I think he calls himself a freegan. He eats mostly plants, loves fruits and vegetables, and really the research behind fruits and vegetables is what really drove the decisions that we were making. But here we are in the middle of this amazing freeze dry technology and becoming experts in that space, Jason especially. So it was sort of like, how we have some things at our fingertips, this freeze dry technology we're really good at. How do we use that to solve the problem of fruits and vegetables?
So now that you've created this product, what are you hopeful for?
Gosh, well, if we can improve that statistic of only 1 in 10 people getting enough fruits and vegetables, if we can get it to 2 and then to 3 to 4, the people that use Ruvi, that drink Ruvi every day, gosh, they're not part of that statistic anymore, right? They're the ones that are getting enough fruits and vegetables, and they're seeing the benefit in their life. They're feeling the benefits of fruits and vegetables. That's what really we're in it for. It was remarkable when we first started market testing this. We thought, well, it's fruits and vegetables. People aren't going to notice any difference right away, right? That's for the long-term things like heart disease and diabetes and cancer. Those things might improve, but right away, it's fruits and veggies, right? It's not going to do anything. But we learned quickly, the first market test we did, that within 8 to 10 days, people are noticing improvements in everyday health when they're consuming more fruits and veggies.
That's amazing. Are there any stories you could share from folks that you know that have decided to include Ruby in their diet and the impact it's had for them?
There's so many stories. So my sister-in-law was sort of one of the testers early on. She's a mountain runner. She loves running in the mountains. She said, oh my gosh, I don't have to set an alarm anymore because I'm sleeping so much better. Um,
Wow.
who knew fruits and veggies could do that? We have remarkable kind of weight loss stories because Ruvi not only helps with those efforts, the fruits and veggies do, but it sort of changes your mindset into healthy eating. It's like, if I'm going to start my day off like this, why wouldn't I want to just stay on that good track of healthy eating? So
Mhm.
one gal had tried, she told me every weight loss strategy on the planet. And genetically, she just struggled with that. And for the first time in her life, she was really able to lose weight that she wanted to and have that vibrancy and energy in her life that she had been seeking so long. We had one lady come to us about her migraines were less than she used to have. Fruits and vegetables help with your brain function and reducing some of that. So digestion is, of course, almost a given for people who start to consume fruits and veggies with Ruvi. Their digestion starts to improve.
So many positive impacts. I
Yes.
mean, is there something that you noticed on a personal level for yourself?
Yeah. So for me, and who knows, my kids are starting to get older, but I was I would get a cold all of the like I was constantly cycling through these colds, right? And my immune system
Right.
just seems to be so much better. In fact, my son, who I need to be better at giving Ruby to every day, 13, he was flat on his back last week, just sick. He probably had the flu, but he missed school, had a soccer tournament this weekend. So I'm starting to pump all of this goodness into his body. But my husband and I, who drink Ruvi regularly, were really consistent at getting all of our servings of fruits and veggies. Neither of us got it, and we were around it. And I felt like, okay, is this coming on? And then the next day I'd wake up and I'm like, it didn't hit me. So immune system for me, for sure.
Wow, that's great because it helps so many people with things that they struggle with on an everyday basis.
Yes.
Sleep, digestion. I mean, these are all complaints that we hear over and over and over
Yeah.
again. So I think this is, I mean, it's such a healthy solution, easy to incorporate. I'm
Yes.
curious. So you started this with somebody that you used to work with or for, I'm
Mhm.
not sure.
Yes.
Um, and now you guys are partners. So tell me about that. You guys came together as partners. What was the process like for that?
Yes. So Jason co-owned the company I used to work for. He was my boss. And we worked very closely with product development, finding market solutions and developing those products. And so together we created Ruby and started market testing. And not only did we know, okay, we've got this amazing product, but then what do we do with it? Do we just launch it in one of his other brands that are these off spins of his freeze dry company? Or do we create
Mhm.
its own company? And at first, we launched it underneath another brand, knowing that we wanted to get really quick market penetration, really quick story
Mhm.
generation. It was this really captive audience. So we launched Ruby that way, and started to get that rolling in. And then COVID hit, and it was interesting because we knew that the customer base would likely like Ruby, but they were a little bit more into maybe food storage and utilizing freeze dry that way, when Ruby really is just an everyday, every person product. So as soon as COVID hit, everybody's mindset shift starts to change.
Right.
And we knew we needed to pull Ruby away pretty quickly. So we worked to pull away like the technology systems, start to separate kind of the supply chain and manufacturing from that parent company, and we're able to pull away fully at the beginning of 2022. And at that
Wow,
point, Jason asked me
congratulations.
to come in and be his partner. So it was a good fit because I had been running the Ruby brand from the beginning. So yes.
So what was it like going from, being an employee of somebody to being their partner?
Yeah. It was a natural fit. He is the perfect partner because he's innovative, he's caring, he's always looking out for the team, and reads people well, knows where somebody can come in and add value. And I think he saw that with me, but then also saw it with everybody that we've hired, is finding the people who will help bring value to the company. But yeah, it was, sometimes I still call him my boss. um, but no, it works really well. I think we both, it's great to have somebody to kind of feed your ideas off of, and to check
Mhm.
or question the ideas that you have. So that's been really good.
Yeah, I mean, I can't, I think it's really a testament to both, he and you that you can go from one dynamic to another so seamlessly.
Yes. Yeah, it's worked really well. And, we're in this small startup phase. So it's not like, we have these big roles that we separate, and everyone's kind of all hands on deck in our
Mhm.
startup space. We all do all, so many different things. I walked in this morning and Jason's sitting in the warehouse, like at the shipping station. I said, well, what are you doing today? And he just saw this big shipping problem and went in and kind of solved it himself. And so, yeah, no, we're all doing everybody's helping in every capacity that we can, is the right way to say it.
I think that that's true to startups, right? I mean, a good team works together. There are, we try to play to our strengths, but equally, there are no boundaries. There's no job too big or too small that you don't take on. You just don't have the luxury of having a huge staff to rely on. So the only people you can rely on are those key individuals. You're a small but mighty team, if that's what it
Yes.
is.
But I love that phase, right? It's just so great to, I think when we're huge, it's going to be intimidating. And I just love having everybody close and everybody knowing what everybody's working on. So it's a good phase to be in.
It's a great phase, and I think we learn things that we never expect to learn. We figure things out. Our skills are tested in ways that were never tested before, and so we get the ability to have such an opportunity to have success in ways that we never ever imagined.
I agree. And I think we're at a position in development, in technology and growth in our world where we can go and start a business and have so many resources literally at our fingertips to help do that. And I found in our community, in the food community, there's a lot of people willing to help us in the areas that we don't know yet how to do. And so that's been really helpful as well.
So when you look at this company, you've been around a short time, and you look forward for the next 3 to 5 years. What does that look like to you?
Yeah, so definitely continuing to pursue being experts in fruits and vegetables and helping to not only provide this product, but to help educate people in the power of fruits and vegetables and the need. I think we learn about it sort of in health class, but I don't think we really understand as a society how crucial this part of what we eat is. It should be half of what we eat. And people, we've had that My Plate for several years that shows half of what you eat should be fruits and vegetables. But I read a statistic that like half of the people in the US don't even know about that. So there's just a lot of education that we can do as a brand to help people understand the value of fruits and vegetables, educating them, and then and then pushing further into the supply chain, creating really great relationships with our farmers, and being a little more integrated that way is one of our desires and goals.
If there were a couple things, 2 or 3 things that you wish that your customer knew that maybe they don't know or is overlooked or a given to so many but not to others, what would those things be?
Gosh, that fruits and vegetables can make you feel better today, tomorrow. I was talking with a woman just today, and she's recovering from surgery and she's not healing well. And I said, okay, first of all, you need to eat a lot of protein. And secondly, you need to eat all of your servings of fruits and vegetables. Like, you're not going to heal unless you're creating that environment in your body. So
Right.
understanding that fruits and vegetables help you every single day. That's one thing I want my customers to know. And that it can be easy. I know fruits and veggies can be hard, and eating an apple is not that hard, but eating a variety of fruits and veggies can be tricky, and cooking is hard in our fast-paced world. But you know what? With Ruvi, it's literally 30 seconds. You can have half your daily servings of fruits and veggies. So it doesn't need to be difficult. And yeah, there's hope. I think a lot of people are just so
There's
frustrated,
hope.
not feeling good in their life, and there's hope for sure.
Well, I'm curious. I mean, I think that that's amazing. And the one thing I am, or there's many things I'm curious about, but let's start here. Is, oftentimes when you eat strawberries and blueberries, you can sit down and eat a basket,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, how easy is it to eat a basket? But there's a lot of sugar in that too. Or sometimes you eat too many and it gives you a stomach ache. I mean, I can say that myself because I can sit there and eat blueberries and cherries, but I'm eating the whole bag,
Yeah.
right? Because that's what I bought and I'm still hungry.
Yes.
So I'm wondering, what are the proportions that you use for Ruby to create a complete drink or, juice so that it balances between too much and just enough?
Yeah. It's surprising depending on the demographic that you're in. Some demographics eat more vegetables than fruit. Ruby is nearly half vegetable, which is surprising when you drink it. The green one, you do taste more veggie. This one is 60% veggie, but the others are almost half veggie. And so that is important in our formulation to provide, because vegetables don't have the calories that fruit do. But I
Right.
would say that there's probably, I think there's this kind of sugar scare out there, right? Don't eat too much sugar, don't eat too much fruit. Well, you know what? I don't think the calories that we're consuming is really coming from fruit. There's very few people who are eating too much fruit and causing calorie problems. It's the other foods that we're eating in our diet. So I usually tell
Right.
people don't get scared of fruit. Like, you need fruit. Obviously, if you're getting a bellyache because you've eaten too many, and I've
Right.
had that, then back away and go eat something different for a minute. But yes, I just trying to get half of what you eat being fruits and veggies in whatever way you can do it. I never want to shy somebody away from that. Vegetables are always going to be just a little bit better. They're a little more nutrient dense and less sugar, but
Mhm.
gosh, fruits, there's nothing wrong with sitting down and eating a full apple.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So when you look at your future and you look at the existing products that you have, what's next up? What's next up for you?
Yeah.
Are there any expansion plans for the existing product line? Are there other things you're considering or looking to create?
Yeah, so we have new Ruby drink blends in the works right now. So we have new flavors coming out that address um, different things. By nature, by nature, fruits and vegetables do different things for your body. That's why they say eat the rainbow. So it's important to
Right.
get different colors. So we do have some more colors in the works. But we've learned through what our consumers do on a daily basis and how they use Ruby that a lot of people like Ruby with protein. So that's a natural next step for us, is to create a protein powder that can mix well with Ruby, and something that they can also do easily on the go. It's great to be able to just pop down to our little kitchenette and create a lunch with Ruby and some protein. We have little blenders down there as well. So protein's a natural next fit. And then maybe some education components, right? Being able to provide some nutritional help to people, either one-on-one or in whatever way we come up with. So there's a lot of room for expansion that way.
Yeah, I think education is key too, and I'm always curious to hear people's plans for how they want to communicate this information. So, what have you found the most successful ways on educating your consumers?
Well, gosh, these kinds of things are great. Anytime we can get out in front of new user bases through podcasting, I feel like podcast listeners they're hungry for information. So podcasting is an excellent way to educate people. And we're even like looking into, is that something in our future as well, to be able to invite other experts on and share their knowledge to our user base. But email, surprisingly, is really efficient and effective, as is social media for those little short nuggets of information. And email drives people into our blog, which houses a lot of information that way.
I think that those are all really great things, and we're so happy to be able to have a platform so that you can share
Yes.
this information, whether it's with our listeners or our viewers, whether they're building businesses and they can be inspired or they want to make a better choice for their family. I think it's all in the conversation that we have. So I'm so grateful to be able to have this conversation with you.
Oh, great.
One question that I'm curious about is there's so many different powders out there. And I'm wondering how yours stands out from all the others.
Yeah. Yeah, and when we were developing Ruby, we thought, well, okay, first of all, we're going to add sweeteners to this. It's fruits and veggies, like you have to have something to sweeten it, and we're probably going to have to add like some flow agents to help it stay smooth, and maybe some protein to it. We like, what are all these things we're going to have to add to it to make it better? Well, when we were testing it with consumers and even the concepting, they said, no, 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 no. We just need fruits and vegetables. We don't want all of the
Mhm.
other stuff in this product. Please just give us more fruits and veggies. And so, really, when you go and look at a lot of the greens powders on the market, it's sort of this kind of end all be all supplement that tries to include all of the things that you might need. Whereas it's a food, like it's a food label. It's really just a different way to get your fruits and vegetables. Um, and then the freeze drying is so unique, right? Usually, when you dry something into a powder, you have to use a lot of heat. You're maybe juicing it first, so you're stripping all of the fiber out. Well, we just take pieces of apple or slices of cucumber and we dry it really gently just to remove the water, and then we crush it into a powder. So it's like it's fruits and vegetables with all of the fiber
Yeah,
and
no, it
all of
is
the
what it
stuff.
says it is.
Yeah, fruits and veggies, nothing else. Yeah, so it's definitely different that way. We tell people it's not a supplement that kind of fills in the gaps. It is the gaps. It is your food. So that's what's unique about it.
So, what would you say is the most revolutionary part of what you're building?
Yeah, I really think the freeze drying is something. Freeze drying isn't a new technology, but to freeze dry fruits and veggies in this way is really unique. It's hard. It's hard to powder fruits and vegetables that have been freeze dried because there's zero moisture in there. So it wants to pull moisture from the air the second you powder it. So yeah, it took a lot of trial and error to get us to where we are and create this free flowing powder. Unfortunately, it's the only way we can package it right now is in these single serve usage, because you put it in a tub and then it turns into, a hardened brick if we don't
Right.
add all of the stuff to it. So I think being able to keep it clean with no added ingredients is what really clicks for customers. They go and they look at this label and they say, oh my gosh, I can read everything on this label. And because we're not filling it with other things. So that's a trend that I think a lot of food companies are moving to. But gosh, every day I look at food labels and I think, why is this still in our food? There's ways that we can do
Yeah.
it without adding all of that to the food.
It certainly speaks to me because I don't like when people add sugar to things. I don't really like very sweet things unless I have a craving for a cookie in particular, right? But
Mhm.
all these different kinds of sugars, whether it's agave or this or that, I don't actually like the aftertaste of it. I like the taste of the fruits and vegetables. So for me, it's just masking that, and I'm not sure if that was what they were going for, or they just thought the masses needed to do that. But for me, the taste of a fruit or vegetables or a mixture, it comes down to the combination of the fruits or vegetables. And that in of itself, if it's the right combination, should be able to stand alone.
Yes. For a long time, we didn't have flavors on the products because we were like, well, it's just flavored by the fruit and vegetable that's in it. And then we sort of try to like pinpoint maybe what it tastes like, because so many people want to know, well, what does this red one taste like? Well, it's a little bit tart because there's raspberries and tart cherry, and there's these berries provide that kind of sweetness to it, so it's called tart berry. But it's the food in it, the fruits mostly that flavor it. So yeah, I agree.
Do you have a favorite flavor?
Mine changes all the time. For the longest time, it was this red one. And usually this one wins in the summertime because it's got that tartness that you kind of crave
Right.
when it's hot. But I think right now the green is winning out for me. I'm going to this green one almost, well, I shouldn't say every day. I try to rotate through the colors because variety is important. But this is the one that when I'm really craving, I go for this one.
And of course, you got to eat the rainbow.
I know. And we've got
So
a pretty good start at the rainbow. We need a few more colors, but there's our rainbow.
I just had the orange one last night.
Oh, nice. Yes, that one's so good. It's kind of that whenever somebody wants to try it for the first time, I usually have them do the orange. It's a really nice, kind of mellow, creamy with the banana. So it's definitely a winner.
I think one other thing that, I don't tend to read instructions. Not something I'm proud of, but of course, I'm pouring the powder in and then the water and I'm filling it
Oh,
up. And then I'm reading the instructions and it says, okay, 6 ounces. And it says, do this before you do this. And I messed up the whole thing. And then it said, add ice for best taste. But even with all the upside down and backwards way that I used to make the drink, it still came out really great. And as I showed you in our little video clip, which we will show for those listening and watching, so tune into Instagram or one of the, or Facebook or something, we will make sure to show that before we air this episode so you can hear what what somebody thinks of it. I mean, he had nothing to lose or gain. He just tried it, and his answer was so honest that I can't wait to share it.
Well, I'm glad that
I shared it with Amber before we got going.
It's awesome. I'm glad that you still liked it without reading the instructions, because let's say you put this much water in and then put Ruvi in, it's not going to be very sweet. So yeah,
right, yeah.
I think we've been starting to put stickers on the bottle. It says only put this much water.
You did. I missed it.
Oh, shoot. Well, follow
it's not your fault. It was mine. I was too excited.
Oh, awesome.
So as we wrap up, I'm curious if there are any hard-hitting statistics that you could share in regards to health and Ruvi.
Yeah, well, we haven't done anything specific to Ruvi and health, but when you go and read about fruits and vegetables, and there's a big kind of carnivore trend right now, and so I've been following that closely and looking more into the studies. But I would say if you ever are wondering, like, are fruits and vegetables necessary? Just go into PubMed and search fruits and vegetables or any kind of specific fruit and vegetable, and you'll find thousands of studies done on fruits and vegetables and what they can do for you, for your immune system, your brain health, your heart health, which is our number one killer in the United States, for your digestion, of course, your gut health, which is such a big and important thing right now. Fiber.
Such a huge conversation.
Yes, there's so much we could talk about, but like fiber is so big right now, and 97% of Americans are not getting enough fiber. So, you don't have to go far to find information about fruits and vegetables and what they do for your body. And we just need to get more. We need to get more, and that's what we're hopefully doing with Ruvi.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And for those folks listening or watching, where's the best place to find Ruvi?
Yes, go to our website, goruvi.com, RUVI, it's Roots of Life, goruvi.com, and your listeners get a coupon. Do you want me to share that, or are you sharing that in the...
I would love you to share that.
Okay, Essential 20. So the number 20, Essential 20. And
we'll put it in the show notes too.
Perfect. And I would recommend, so when you go into our website, you can go buy like a 7-pack that gives you a variety, but your listeners are power users, right? I would say go in and do the month pack. It's called a 28-pack. You can subscribe to it and save a bunch of money. And we drink them every day. We drink more than one a day because my husband's drinking them and my kids sometimes. It's really the perfect way for your family to consume better fruits and vegetables.
I think we broke up there a little. I think I missed a little bit of what you were saying, but I do know that you were saying that within your family, you're drinking more than one a day.
Yes.
And so that you're recommending that special pack for those users that might want to include this in their daily diet or their daily regimen.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yes,
Amber, thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes. Oh, it was great to talk to you. Thank you so much.